I grew up listening to my mother tell me to not go toward the light. As a little kid, she would literally tell my sister and I, it's a trap, don't do it, don't go toward the light, they'll just make you come right back. Now, I remember being young and understanding that my mother was here as a bringer of awareness, okay? Like Dolores Cannon would call her a first wave volunteer. I knew this to be true. However, I also understood that she had gotten lost, so to speak. Because whenever you're like the first group of people coming through to sort of like pave the way towards truth, basically you're carving your way through hell, and it can do damage, and it's lonely. And she was very lonely. She used to look up at the stars at night and ask to go home. She would see the stars moving, and she knew that she had been tricked, she felt, and was very angry, is very angry still, about that trickery. So as I grew up, because she also told me, question everything, including me, I spent and have spent most of my life doing the research on my own to figure out whether or not that is really the case. Does it really resonate? I knew that I was triggered by it, so I knew there was truth to it. I just hadn't got to a point where I could really confirm that the light was not the point. Okay. Now, my handle is the light worker, which, if you're going to do work with the light, it means that you have to be dark because you created it. I mean, everything comes from the dark. So, fast forward to understanding why I came into this body as a Black American woman. I came into this body as a Black American woman because this message could only really come with the resonance and the depth from somebody who is the bottom caste of this realm. I have the experience. I understand what it's like to be downtrodden. I grew up poor, all of these things. I have spiritual gifts. I have immense power. And not as much power as my Yorkie, oftentimes, but immense. I also am very tenacious. The point is, the light is a trick. Think about it. Just as I talked about in a previous post about Jesus being a Black woman. We've been taught one way, and it's generally the opposite of the actual truth. And I'm not going to get into Jesus Christ and why that story has been repeated over time, because we've all been repeated. We've all sort of like been playing on this, like the wheel of this karmic wheel. The point of me being here is to break the karmic wheel, is to break this wheel, break this cycle that is not about reincarnation, but it's about a loop that we're all caught in, like Groundhog's Day. It's to wake up finally, shake everybody awake, and also choice. Choice is the key, is the point. So that brings me to death. Back to what my mother said, don't go toward the light. And I'm telling you here, it makes sense. And people are finally waking up to that idea. I've heard a few people here and there talk about maybe not going toward the light, right? Because when you hear people talking about dying, and that experience that NDEs always bring up, which is they get met by a council and then they get told that they have to go back or stay. That is what gives me a red flag. There is no one that's going to tell you anything. You are in charge. So if you're in charge, who's telling you what to do? And why do you feel like you don't have an option? This is getting real, people. When I tell you, don't go toward the light, everything that you've been talked to about or taught about when it comes to like positive and negative is like flipped in so many ways. It's important to understand its frequency, not good or bad, because everything's neutral. Everything's neutral. You choose good or bad. But when it comes down to it, the light and the dark have been flipped for a very specific reason, and that is so that whenever you leave this realm, you get caught in coming back. And though there are many things you need to know, this is one of those things that's extremely important, because we're all going to be in that position to meet and choose whether to embrace the void, say no to the light, or repeat. Okay, this is getting long, so I'm going to go. And I'll talk more about it. If any questions, please put them in the comments and we can talk about it.